Hey, future millionaires. Welcome back to the channel. It's amazing to have you here with me again. I hope you're crushing it today, no matter where you are around this incredible world of ours. All right, let's dive into XRP because what we're seeing right now is absolutely fascinating. Take a look at this one-day chart with me. We're sitting pretty at $2.21, and honestly, XRP is showing some serious strength right here. The fact that we're still holding strong above that $2.20 level is honestly blowing my mind. Here's why this is so impressive. With everything that's been happening with Bitcoin lately, most people would have bet money that we'd see XRP crash way deeper than this. But look at us now. We're holding our ground like champions.
And here's something really exciting. When we zoom out to the one-week view, you can actually see XRP starting to find its footing and level out beautifully. This could be the moment we've all been waiting for, future millionaires. I'm getting some serious vibes that we might be witnessing the beginning of XRP's next big rebound right from this exact spot.
Now here's where things get really interesting, future millionaires. There's a ton of chatter out there with people predicting a massive Bitcoin dump is coming. I'm seeing crypto analysts left and right calling for Bitcoin to absolutely crash below 70K this week. Can you believe that? But here's my honest take on this whole situation. I'm really not convinced that's going to happen just yet. Call me crazy, but I still have this strong feeling that Bitcoin's got one more powerful push upward before we see any major correction. Right now, we're sitting pretty above 94K, which is solid. Earlier today, things got a little spicy when we dipped below 93K, and honestly, you could feel the fear rippling through the entire crypto community. Everyone's on edge right now, and I totally get why.
But future millionaires,
this is exactly when the smart money makes their moves. When everyone else is running scared, that's your golden opportunity to buy the dip and stack up those bags. Listen, you've got two simple choices here, and I'm going to be real with you. One of them is absolutely not selling your XRP. Don't even think about it. Your options are crystal clear. Either sit tight and do absolutely nothing, or get aggressive and buy this beautiful dip while it's staring you right in the face. And check this out. The fear and greed index is sitting at a crazy low 18. That's pure fear territory, people. Just like I told you, everyone's convinced Bitcoin is heading for the basement. But here's what I'm really excited about. We're about to find out where this market wants to go next. This week is going to be absolutely massive for XRP. And I have a feeling we're in for some serious surprises.
All right, future millionaires.
Here's some major news that could shake up everything we're watching. The US is pushing hard to lock down a trade deal with China before Thanksgiving hits. And honestly, this is sending some serious ripples through the markets right now. Here's the thing. Whenever politicians start throwing around words like trade deals and tariffs, the crypto space gets super nervous. We've been on this roller coaster all cycle long, and you've probably felt those ups and downs right along with me. But here's where it gets really interesting. This trade deal could be absolutely massive for crypto if it goes the right way. We're talking potential game-changer territory. But flip that coin. And if this whole thing crashes and burns the way they don't want it to, well, that could spell some serious trouble for our beloved crypto market. So we're all just gonna have to buckle up and see how this political drama plays out. It's definitely one to keep on your radar.
All right, future millionaires.
So they're calling today Black Monday, November 17th, 2025. And apparently this doom and gloom started rolling in Sunday night in the crypto markets. I'm seeing all these pessimistic voices out there screaming the same scary headlines, trying to get everyone panicked. Look, maybe the market's showing some red today. So what? Here's what I need you to understand. Absolutely nothing has changed for XRP. Everything we've been tracking, everything we've been building toward, it's all still perfectly on track. The only thing that's different? The price took a little dip. That's literally it. And you know what? You're going to crush this temporary setback because what's waiting for us on the other side is absolutely incredible. We're talking about the most exciting, euphoric times this market has ever seen. You're about to witness FOMO at levels that will blow your mind, unlike anything we've ever experienced in cryptocurrency history. And here's the kicker that gets me so pumped up. For the very first time, we've got massive institutional money pouring into XRP. This changes everything, future millionaires.
Future millionaires.
Let me tell you something absolutely incredible that's happening right now. XRP buyers are not giving up. I'm looking at CryptoQuant's 90-day spot taker tracker, and the data is showing us some seriously relentless buyer dominance that's blowing my mind. Even while everyone else is freaking out during these crazy volatility spikes, guess what XRP buyers are doing? They're out there aggressively scooping up every single sell order, absorbing all that selling pressure like absolute champions and slowing down any downward momentum. This kind of buying aggression during market crashes, it's incredibly rare, people. And if this beast of a trend keeps going, we could be watching XRP build one of the strongest defensive floors we've ever seen. Right at the same time, whale money is flooding in. This is exactly why I love our XRP community so much. We simply do not panic sell on red days. Listen, if you're brand new to this space, let me give you the golden rule. Never sell when everything's red. Never. You've got two choices. Sit tight and do absolutely nothing, or get aggressive and buy that beautiful dip. When there's blood in the streets, that's when legends are made. And hey, if we drop even lower, bring it on. We all know exactly where XRP is headed from here, and it's going to be epic.
All right, future millionaires. I've got some absolutely massive news coming from Democrats and Bezel about the Canary Capital Spot XRP ETF that's going to get you fired up. Check this out. As of today, the net inflow has absolutely crushed past $275 million just from November 13th and 14th trading alone. That's insane money flowing in, people. Now, trading resumes today, November 17th, when the stock market opens back up. I saw a bunch of people over the weekend thinking there was going to be trading happening, but here's the thing you need to understand. These ETFs don't work the same way as regular crypto. While our beloved crypto markets never sleep, running 24/7, 365 days a year, the traditional stock market, not so much. They take their little weekends off like clockwork. So here's what I'm really excited about. When that market bell rings today, there's a seriously good chance we're about to witness another massive buying frenzy on those XRP ETFs. We could literally be looking at another record-breaking day for XRP, and honestly, I can barely contain my excitement. Future millionaires, I want to share something really important that Dom Quack from EZA just posted, and it's absolutely brilliant. He's seeing more and more retail investors completely giving up and throwing in the towel right now. But here's the million-dollar question he's asking everyone who's thinking about capitulating. Have the fundamentals actually gotten worse, or have they improved? Listen carefully. By every single metric we can measure, the fundamentals have gotten significantly better. So if you believe that too, then why on earth would you even think about quitting now? This makes absolutely no sense. Think before you make any crazy moves, people. You can't just panic and dump your crypto because you're seeing some red candles. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has actually changed. We've still got more ETFs dropping this week. We're still on the edge of getting that game-changing clarity from the United States. ISO 20022 is hitting on the 22nd of this month. That's just days away. There are so many massive catalysts lined up for XRP right now. It's incredible.
Once we finally get that regulatory clarity, we're about to witness the explosive rise of tokenization like never before. We're talking about an absolute tsunami of value flooding onto the XRP ledger, and it's going to happen faster than most people can even imagine. Combine that with these ETFs and suddenly we're watching XRP absolutely explode day after day after day. That's exactly what's coming for this cryptocurrency, Future Millionaires. And it's going to be absolutely epic.
Future Millionaires.
Let me break down something absolutely fascinating that I'm seeing play out with these 4-year Bitcoin cycles, and why this could be game-changing for us. So here's the common thinking. Most people are completely convinced that these 4-year cycles are set in stone, which means they believe 2026 is automatically going to be a terrible down year for Bitcoin. But here's where it gets really interesting. Because everyone believes this, what do you think they're going to do? They're planning to sell everything in 2025 to avoid getting caught in that supposed down market. Now here's the kicker. All those people selling in 2025 could actually cause 2025 to become the down year instead. Talk about a self-fulfilling prophecy that completely shatters the whole 4-year cycle theory. And if that happens, well, 2026 suddenly becomes wide open territory with no predictable patterns. The 4-year cycles are officially broken. Here's my honest prediction. I don't think Bitcoin's going to maintain its momentum heading into 2026. I'm expecting one final massive run-up before this year ends, and then we're looking at a serious crash back down to reality. Everyone keeps thinking this institutional money is just going to keep flooding into Bitcoin forever, but I'm telling you, the narrative is already shifting right before our eyes. That money, it's about to flow like a river from Bitcoin into the real utility coins like XRP, XLM, Solana, ADA, and all the others that actually solve real problems. This rotation is coming, and it's going to be absolutely massive.
XRP price prediction. XRP ETF hits NASDAQ. What will Ripple price be by December?
Future Millionaires, I just saw something that made me laugh a little. They keep saying Ripple price when we're obviously talking about XRP. But anyway, here's what's got me really excited. They're now predicting XRP could rocket as high as $5 by the end of this year. Now, that's a massive upgrade from their usual boring targets of XRP will hit $5 by 2030. Suddenly, they're saying this is going to happen by the end of December, just weeks away. But honestly, I think they're still being way too conservative. Going into December, I believe we're going to see prices that are much higher than even that $5 target. Here's why I'm so bullish. We're about to witness the ETF effect in full force. Every single one of those ETFs is literally sucking XRP right out of circulation like a massive vacuum cleaner. And get this, the exchanges are already running dangerously low on XRP supply. At the exact same time, whales are out there aggressively buying up every XRP they can get their hands on from these same exchanges. This is setting up to be absolutely incredible, people. For the very first time in XRP's history, we're about to experience the perfect storm. A massive supply crunch happening at the exact same moment that demand is absolutely skyrocketing through the roof. This combination has never happened before, and when it hits, it's going to be legendary.
Dark Defender says XRP is ready to outperform Bitcoin now. Future Millionaires.
Are you absolutely ready to align with that future version of yourself? The one you've been dreaming about and visualizing for years? You better be, because this moment is finally here. XRP is locked and loaded to completely outperform Bitcoin right now. While everyone else out there is being negative and bearish, guess who's staying strong and confident? That's right, us. Here's something powerful someone shared. Write down your fears and watch them vanish within days. And honestly, They're saying XRP is about to start demolishing Bitcoin's performance starting right now. Look at what's already happening. XRP is holding up like an absolute champion while Bitcoin is crashing and burning. This brings up an incredible question. What if we start seeing XRP break out massively without Bitcoin even moving up? Once that starts happening, it's going to trigger the biggest chain reaction we've ever seen. Because up until now, everyone's been saying we're still following Bitcoin, we're still tied to Bitcoin. I talk about this in tons of my videos. But imagine this. If XRP suddenly starts moving independently without Bitcoin, the entire narrative flips overnight. People are going to realize they need to have this cryptocurrency in their portfolio. And what happens next? Pure unstoppable FOMO kicks in. XRP starts rocketing higher and higher while Bitcoin is still crashing down around it. This scenario could absolutely play out, and it would be absolutely mind-blowing. Here's what I know for certain. This cycle is unlike anything we've ever experienced before. For the very first time in history, we're witnessing the massive shift from our current broken financial system into a completely new one. And at the exact same time, institutions are finally flooding into this space with serious money. Big money, institutional money, generational wealth. It's all coming into crypto right now. That combination is going to be the ultimate game changer, future millionaires.
Why XRP must be a high V-valued asset to function as global settlement infrastructure. Future millionaires. For as long as you've been holding XRP, you've probably heard people say this over and over. XRP can't stay cheap if it's going to move the world's money. And you know what? That's not just hopeful thinking. That's fundamental truth. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. A low-value XRP literally cannot do the job it was designed for. A high-value XRP isn't just some nice bonus or advantage. It's an absolute requirement for the entire system to actually function. Let me break down something that most people completely miss about XRP's design. Everyone gets excited about speed and low fees, but here's the thing. Those aren't even the main differentiators that matter when we're talking about massive, high-volume settlement. Don't get me wrong. Speed is absolutely necessary, and finality is crucial too. But neither of those determines whether the system can actually operate at the scale we're talking about. Here's the real test for any bridge asset. Can it handle the absolutely massive flows that institutions need to move without completely destroying the market? That's the only criterion that truly matters. And this is exactly why XRP has to trade at a high price. It's not optional. Think about this logically. Imagine trying to process a billion-dollar transaction when XRP is cheap. You'd be tying up billions and billions of XRP tokens just for that one single transaction. But here's the kicker. It's never going to be just one transaction. We're talking about a multitude of massive transactions, all happening simultaneously around the clock. If XRP is going to be the bridge currency powering all of these transactions at the same time, and it's sitting at some dirt-cheap price, the entire supply would be completely exhausted. You'd see this problem over and over again. The system would collapse under its own success. That's exactly why XRP cannot and will not stay cheap, future millionaires. It has to reach a much, much higher value. Not because we want it to, but because the mathematics of global finance demand it. Future millionaires. Let's dive into something absolutely fascinating that's happening right now. How crypto is completely transforming emerging markets and developing economies around the world. We're talking about adoption patterns that are going to blow your mind and implications that could change everything we know about global finance. Future millionaires, this article is diving deep into some incredibly important economies around the world. We're talking about places that depend heavily on people sending money back home to their families.
countries that desperately need protection against crazy inflation, and regions that are hungry for access to global markets. We're looking at powerhouse regions like Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia, and India. These are massive economies with billions of people who are ready to embrace the crypto revolution. These aren't just small markets we're talking about. This is where the real adoption explosion is happening right now. Future millionaires, here's something absolutely incredible. Ripple and Stellar are absolutely dominating in all of these massive regions, and there's a brilliant reason why this is happening. Think about it like this. Stellar is crushing it with person-to-person money transfers, while XRP and Ripple are the kings of bank-to-bank transactions. But here's the beautiful part. They both handle remittances like absolute champions. Plus, they're both incredible hedges against inflation, which is exactly what these economies desperately need. Now, here's a pro tip that's going to blow your mind. Whenever you see an article mention any country, literally any country, just Google that country's name plus Ripple and watch what comes up. You're going to be absolutely shocked. Ripple has established serious ground in every single country on this planet. They've got payment rails set up literally everywhere around the world. That's exactly how you know XRP is destined to become the world's ultimate bridge currency. The infrastructure is already there. But here's something else that gets me really excited. XLM is also going to handle an absolutely massive amount of money in this space. And here's the kicker. Ripple, XRP, and XLM tend to move together like they're connected at the hip. So if you're buying and holding XRP, which you absolutely should be, you should also be stacking XLM. It's like getting double the opportunity in your portfolio. You're going to make serious money when either one of these rockets starts to break out. And here's a pattern I've noticed. XLM almost always seems to follow XRP's lead. So when XRP starts pumping, XLM usually comes along for the ride. It's like having two winning lottery tickets instead of just one. Future millionaires, just like I told you at the beginning of this video, XRP is still showing incredible strength right now. Yeah, we did see a dip below $2.20 earlier today, and it touched down around $2.16 for a hot minute. But here's what I know for certain. We're about to witness an epic rebound. It's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. And listen to me very carefully. Anybody who panics and sells right now is going to be kicking themselves so hard once this breakout explodes. They're going to be scrambling to buy back in at prices way higher than what they just sold at. And that's going to hurt. I cannot stress this enough. You never sell on a red day. Never. I see people all over X every single day saying things like, I just dumped my XRP, gonna wait for it to crash below $2 and buy back in. Are you kidding me? I would never, ever gamble with this cryptocurrency like that. I don't trade XRP. I buy it. I hold it like my life depends on it, and I patiently wait for the magic to happen. And trust me, future millionaires, it is absolutely, positively coming. The question isn't if, it's when. And that when is getting closer every single day. Until that glorious moment arrives, I need you to stay patient, stay incredibly positive, and let's build this wealth together as a community. All right, that's going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank each and every one of you amazing future millionaires for watching and being part of this incredible journey. I absolutely appreciate all of you more than you know. I'll catch you in the next one, and until then, have an absolutely fantastic night. Keep holding strong.